So before we get to dinner, if I may say a few things. As I look out into this room, there are hundreds of people here. And to Matt's point and to Keith's point, this job, a lot of you very kindly, and I appreciate it, have said congratulations. And it is an honor, and it's a privilege, and it's a tremendous responsibility to now be the president of the Illinois Trial Lawyers Association, something that I've dreamed about. And so to be here is wonderful. However, it's a job. And so what are we doing here, the hundreds of us that are here? What are we doing here? My ego isn't so big to think that you're all here for me. You're not all here for me. These folks are here for me, but not everybody. You're here for the organization. We are here to celebrate the organization because we care deeply about the law. We care deeply about our clients. And it is certainly an outstanding organization that we know serves our clients. So it made me think about some of the things in society that plaintiff lawyers have done over the years. And it's really remarkable. I mean, as recently as some of the horrific, for example, serial sexual assaults that have occurred in this country, there is now accountability and responsibility for that because of a tort system. Or when you go back years and you think of what's in your tort law class as it relates to punitive damages and you think of the Pinto. Think of the old Ford Pinto. And what happened there? Someone was rear-ended and it went up in flames. And one young girl died and another person was catastrophically injured. And they had defenses. And they had big law, right? Oh, the person that rear-ended him was going so fast. And the change that the plaintiffs are suggesting, it's not feasible. And those internal communications where they say we were weighing damages versus safety, where we were literally comparing how much would the liability be versus how much would the recall be, and decided to let people die and become injured because it was less costly. Oh, those internal communications are being misinterpreted. They had those defenses. But there were plaintiffs' lawyers who, just like all of you, wake up at 4 a.m. in a cold sweat because you know your client is depending on you and you got to get to the office so that you make sure that you are as well prepared as you possibly can be for whatever's next in your case. That book, it wasn't done until it was done. So if that was a 10-chapter book, there were times in chapter 6, 7, 8 in the Pinto story where there were lawyers waking up in a cold sweat. And that's what we all do for our clients. That is the beauty of what we all do. We have an enormous responsibility. I always believe that if we do our jobs, and this is for the judges and the legislators out there, we are so appreciative of you being here and hearing us talk and hearing how we feel about our clients and our cases. The legislators who are in charge of making the laws that end up affecting our clients, the judges that are here, both in the reviewing courts and the trial courts, who are responsible for applying that law fairly. We're so appreciative for you to be here and listen to us and listen to our stories. And we thank you. But it's just so important what we do for society. And that's why we're here, because this organization pushes that forward. And so what is this organization? This organization is all of you. So I thank all of you, all of the ITLA members, the folks that are here, the people, as Bob said, the people that get it. And you said you're worried for the young people. The elephant in the room. Yeah, I'm young. I'm one of the younger presidents. I recognize that. I've stood on the shoulder of giants. My dad, Mike Shostak, who we miss dearly, who was a tremendous mentor of mine, and other folks in this room, past presidents, Mark Prince, Steve Phillips, Perry Browder, Tony Romanucci. Perry Browder, who was the person that put me on the executive committee several years ago and was partly responsible for me being here today so that I could serve this organization. Jerry Lathrow, who made me the seminar planning chair. I'm so thankful for that opportunity. And so, Bob, to your concern, I want to ask all the younger lawyers out there to join me in the energy going forward so that none of this was in vain. This isn't an organization where everything's in the past. It's in the future. Not just our clients that we've had and that we have, but the clients in the future. That's why we're here. And it couldn't be done without the amazing ITLA staff. I know you've been thanked, but it's worth doing it again. Jim Collins, Linda, Paula, Angela, Kevalee, Tim, Katie, Alexa, Kristen. I look forward to working with you over the next year and for years to come. You are the lifeblood of this organization as well, everything that you do. You're the glue. Thank you to the seminar speakers. It's so important that whether folks in our organization or folks from outside our organization that are invited come and speak to us, it's all part of our learning. So Justice Kilbride, thank you so much for speaking this morning. Thank you. Justice Clark from Ireland, what a great fortune it was to have you. Where are you? There he is, Justice Clark, thank you. The executive committee for next year, I look forward to working with you. And we're going to do great things. We're going to have a great year. And what's really exciting is that 1 year from now, I will be introducing Kathy Byrne, who a year from then will be introducing Sarah Salger as our second and third women presidents of the Illinois Trial Lawyers Association. Our first is here, Justice Cates. Now, the next year won't be easy. And so there are so many folks from Salvi, Shostak, and Pritchard. I've said it before when we've had our own gatherings. I've got a family, and then I've got a second family, and that's you all. I love working with you, the trust and support that we show one another, and everything that I know that I'm going to need over the course of the next year in order to do this job. Your support for me aids everyone in this room, the entire organization, clients across the state of Illinois. Thank you. I love you. I am so grateful to have such a wonderful group of lawyers and staff at Salvi, Shostak, and Pritchard. You are the best. At these two tables, I've got some people that, for whatever reason, really care deeply about me, and I'm so grateful. We've got here my in-laws, my mother and father-in-law, Annette and Zoran, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, Dan and Katie, my brother-in-law and my future sister-in-law, Victor and Madeline. Thank you for being here. And then, as we all know as trial lawyers, it can be a grind. And there's only 24 hours in a day. And so after work, and certainly for the next year, and leading up to this year, the Illinois Trial Lawyers Association responsibilities, when those get to be put aside and you get to have time to yourself, I spend it with you. My brothers, my best friends. Will couldn't be here, but David, Brian, my partner, Chris, you're my best friends. What would I do without you guys? I love you. And then my Uncle Joe, he's not really my uncle, not by blood, but close enough. Thank you for being here. Dear friend of my father for years and of our family. Keith, you did really well with your speech through some baby crying. One of the problems with having a young president is you have young kids. So we've got some young kids here, but last and certainly not least, my daughter Victoria, my son Patrick, my little baby son Jack. You guys are the best. You put a smile on my face. I've always said any lawyer that I've ever met that has a new child, I congratulate them, and the thing that I say is would you rather be a great lawyer or a great dad? And what I say is, if you had to pick one, it would be a great dad, and then be as great of a lawyer as you can be within that framework. And that's what I try to do. But being as great of a lawyer, and for the next year being as great of an ITLA president as I can be, it's going to take your support. And for years, when I've been on trial, when I've been downstate, when I've been gone for months, when she's taking care of the kids all by herself, there is no better partner than my wife, Juliana Salvi, the most beautiful woman that I've ever met, the most wonderful woman. And so that's the theme, right? The way I started, this is a team effort from soup to nuts, whether it's family, whether it's the firm, whether it's our organization, it's a team effort. We're going to do it together. Let's have a great year. Let's have a great dinner. Enjoy tonight. Thank you all for being here.